Hello and welcome to another POV Live in the morning, where we have fun every single morning at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Like and subscribe and share the stream. Let everyone know what we're doing here. So I know you read the headline, and I know it's hard to believe, but this is really in the Daily Mail. Meghan Markle now believes that Harry is bad for her brand. Okay. Sometimes I try and put myself in his shoes, right? I really do. And could you just imagine if you read something like that in the Daily Mail, of all things? And you're looking at your phone on the toilet or something, who knows, some random moment, right? Reading a story, scrolling, and you're scrolling down, reading what it says. Meghan Markle believes that Harry is bad for her brand. If that was me, holy shnikes, I would absolutely lose my stuff. It's only a minute in. I would absolutely lose it. I can't even believe that. And this is even worse because when you're talking about the things that Meghan has done, the way she's taken over his entire life, taken over Sentebale, literally the Sentebale catastrophe, I guess that's what we could call it. The Sentebale catastrophe was because of Meghan. It was her fault. And now we also see Invictus Games. We've seen that Invictus Games is Meghan Markle's fashion show, where when it's Invictus Games and it's supposed to be about the veterans, and it's supposed to be about these wounded veterans that are going through things and really resilient people, it's supposed to be about them. But what does the press talk about every single time? Right? They talk about Meghan and her clothes and her hair and what jewelry she wore. And those are the kind of things that you even ask yourself, does this guy get it? Does he understand? Does he really get it through that testicle head of his that this is your wife's fault? It truly is. How you doing, Ginger? That woman's nothing without that man. After the divorce, we'll see whenever that does take place. It's going to take place. It is so obvious now. This relationship is one-sided, and these type of one-sided relationships, they do not last. Now, they've been together 6 years, but this is also a business decision, and once all of this falls apart, I mean, what's going to happen then? Now, the counter to that argument, of course, is that Harry is her little, right? That's the counter. And I think it's tough for people to believe that, but I can believe that because as a man, right, I've seen guys go through this. I've been through it where you're just so in love with someone and you love them. And yeah, sure, they mistreat you. You know that they take you for granted. You know that, and even you can go as far as saying, that they're using you. But the thing is, you just love them so much and you want to be with them so bad. Now, when we look at her, you really can't understand why. But there's always the possibility. There really is. Every single time you think about it, there's only a few ways that this is going, because if it's not blackmail, right? If it's not blackmail, she doesn't have him in some type of compromising position or a video of him doing something or saying something. And that's why she tells him, you're going to stay with me or this is getting out and you're going to be ruined. If it's not blackmail, I mean, the only other thing is that he's in love with her still. And like I've been saying on the show the last couple of weeks, sugar baby, sugar daddy, because of the way that Meghan was talking about him on those podcasts. She was saying, oh, I love the way he supports me. I love the way he loves me and the kids. I love that. That's the way that a sugar baby talks about their sugar daddy and their sponsor. That's how that goes. Do you think Harry wakes up each morning telling himself he's Prince? Absolutely. That guy knows exactly who he is. Absolutely. He is fault free. He will create any charity his mom's memory image. Yeah. He will. You have to understand, Katherine, from this man, he's been bred of royalty. His entire life, he's told, do this. I want that. We need to make this happen. Oh, I got someone had a problem. Something happened with someone. I need you to fix it. He's had every single thing he's ever wanted. And now he had, well, I know it's my opinion, all right? He's not out of the royal family. A lot of people don't like that opinion, and that's okay. We can disagree. But it's my opinion he's not out of the royal family. He just quit his job, his duties. So he still is treated like a royal. He still gets paid like a royal, like all these speeches. I mean, he's getting paid. He's meeting presidents. I'm sorry, but from what we've seen, okay, this isn't just me making it up here on YouTube. From what we have seen when it comes to the way Harry gets treated when he travels around the world, he is treated like a royal. I'm sorry. It's the truth. He's got nowhere to go now. We just don't want him in England. I mean, you think about it. Where can he go? What are the options there? Because when the divorce happens, the only option is to go back home. Of course, it'll be tough for him to face his brother and his father. They'll be able to tell him that, oh, we told you, bro. We told you, bro. We told you she was going to ruin you. We told you she was going. You were getting into that marriage too. What was it? Too soon. That's what William told him. Well, her, because he acts like a girl. He can go to Africa, right? He should do that now. They should both go. If they cared so much, go be around the people that you're supposed to be taking care of. I mean, I'm American. I feel like if that dude wants to live here, then he better stop crying about being criticized. If you want to be in the kitchen, you got to take the fire. That's all there is to it. And I feel like these two, and it's both of them. We've talked about Meghan before. Meghan's entitlement and Meghan's being up her own buttness, because it's still 7 minutes. We can't say that till 20. Meghan's being up her own butt, that doesn't make any sense to me. You're just a little LA girl, bro. You're a nobody LA girl. You were born there. You went back home. And now, speaking of that, yes, Meghan, you are just an LA girl. And your biggest achievement is her upcoming book. Let's not forget, where is it? Let's not forget Meghan's upcoming book, because this is her biggest achievement. Meghan's upcoming book on Archwell Books, How to Trick a Rich Moron into Marrying You, a yacht girl's story. Coming soon on Archwell Books. You want to know what? Oh, I don't know how that works. I was going to say, I just thought of the idea. I could just write that book myself from like a satire point of view. POV. But I don't know if you can do that because it's her name, right? I could write that book. That wouldn't be difficult. And I don't mean like what do you call it? Like a biography or something. I mean like just fiction it up, just write a book. But this is the theme. Good idea. Oh, trust me, he's already there. There's no doubt in my mind. He's already there, Kim. Waking up next to Meghan is hell. Okay, so let's get into this for a quick second, then we will get right back into the chat. Now, we had been talking about this earlier in the week. I put out a video about this, about Meghan's silence, right? And it says it all. And then this here, it's so clear to me, being Amanda Platel, the toxic end that's coming. I mean, one-sided relationships just don't work. And the counter to that, the only counter to one-sided relationship is that Harry has balls behind closed doors. That's the only counter. I think it's worse behind closed doors. I think when we heard about, what was it, in the Hollywood Reporter, right? When the staff said that she's made grown men cry, she's talking about Harry. She made Harry cry. because she was complaining to him in his ear, yo, 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 da, 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 da. And he's just taking it in front of all these people and everybody's seeing him. And then he just starts tearing the same way we saw him crying in New York City. Exactly the same. Right here. Same exact way. Well, can I have that? What does it say? Prince Harry fake royal household to read British press for him so he doesn't cry. Yeah, see, and look, you can literally see the tear. Oh, Kipper, sorry I didn't see you come in. Thank you so much for being here on this POV Morning Live. Don't forget to share the stream. Let everyone know what we're doing here. He can take a long walk off a short pier. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I believe she beats him. I actually got a message from Lemon Trifle. I saw it recently. It was from a long time ago. And she said, or I think it's a she, and they said, oh, well, don't say that she beats him because your channel can get reported. And I'm like, well, it's my opinion. In my opinion, I mean, look at him. And this isn't photoshopped or anything. What is that? You see this right here where the mouse is? What is this? Is that just a shadow? Because this shadow doesn't look like this shadow. This looks red. This looks purple. Because if you look at the other skin that's in the shadow, this is what the skin looks like that's in a shadow. And that's not what that looks like. And that's not what that looks like. That looks like a right hand right there. Boom, right hand came across. I think people were talking about that when this happened, right? That's what I think. You know, right? That's what it looks like. Like it's actually perfect when if you were to put a hand right there, it's perfect right there. See, look at the way my hand fits in my eye. Allegedly. We're just observing. This is allegedly. The nanny interview, she said she whacks him. Yeah, no doubt. And then he cries. And then that's why they said, oh, she makes grown men cry. Yeah, she does. Harry. That's sad. Hey, man, that's sad. But you know what? He's a man. He chose it. We don't feel sorry for him. Sorry. Meghan Silence says it all. Oh, of course. Of course. Jeez, hold on. I don't think I can show this part. And there we go. Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to show this part, so we will have it right there. Okay. So, if you're watching on the replay, just pause and read, because a lot of this is just the stuff we already know. Beloved wife, Harry stood accused of irony, committing some of the very sins she heaped at the royal family. See that? Okay. And then Buzz Lightyear and one of the don't say that. No. You know, I've had to really catch myself lately and not really thinking before I say it. Why was Meghan, a woman usually so determined to parade the perfect family life to 4 million followers on Instagram, not out there in public to defend her husband? Because I said this on a different show earlier in the week. Because she doesn't care. That's why. Meghan doesn't give a damn about him. She does not care what happens to Harry. She does not care if he's going through hard times. She does not care. It's not a thing that she even thinks about. Okay? So I think it's really important for that view to be brought out, because Meghan has said it herself. And I will keep repeating this. Meghan has said it herself. I love the way he supports me. I love the way he loves me and the kids. That sounds like a sugar baby that is just receiving support. It's called a sponsor when you're talking about women in that profession. That's what it is. Like Instagram models and escorts. And I can't say the rest of it, but that's an okay word. Escort is an okay word. I don't think that will trip up with, what do you call it? Yeah. You know, hey, and if that's okay, that's what he wants to do. I'm not criticizing him for that. Hey, man, Do what you're going to do, Harry. It's your choice. You're a man. It's your decision. But don't play this game. Yeah, both of them. Hasn't been said Harry has hit a woman, allegedly. I do think so. We heard about the stuff with, what do you call it? With the people when he was in Afghanistan or when he was in the military. Now, that was a rumor as well, allegedly. So there was also talk that when, he gets sauced up, he gets violent, and not just verbally, that he gets violent. He looks like one of those dudes. He gets all sauced up, and then he all of a sudden gets some bravery because the alcohol makes him brave, and then he wants to fight dudes. I could totally see it. He looks like the type of guy. And then you're just like, what the hell is wrong? You're in the bar, you're holding a drink, and you're drinking, and then some dude walks up to you, and he starts talking crap. Can't say the S word yet. He starts talking crap, and you're like, what the hell's your problem, bro? Well, you were looking at me, weren't you? You were staring at me. You were staring at my girl. What are you talking about? Like, and that's how those kind of dudes are, like Harry. They get drunk, they get brave, and then they start friggin' having delusions and hallucinations that, or they just see someone that they don't like because that person is either taller or bigger or more buff or something, or he looks like his clothes are better. Like, just a real jealous dude. You could totally see Harry being like that. Oh, what a little. I heard that too, and the royal family paid her off. Yeah. Notice she never says she loves him. She doesn't. That's what we were talking about with those podcasts, Adrienne. You really see that the love is a one-sided love here. And that's okay, man. Hey, we're not saying anything. We're just pointing it out, pointing a spotlight to it. If Harry wants to be in a one-sided relationship, go ahead. You deserve it, you moron. If there's blackmail, that would make more sense. But it just feels that way. It absolutely, because a normal spouse says, oh, I love him so much. I love him with all my heart. Or I love her, right? A normal spouse says that. But does Meghan say that? No. She says, I love the way he supports me. And that's verbatim. That is word for word what she said. Okay, so I'm not like paraphrasing or anything. And then the other thing she said, word for word, was, I love the way he treats me and the kids. Word for word out of her dirty Soho mouth. That's what it is. So I just feel like we're looking at a one-sided relationship. She doesn't love him. She's getting what she loves, which is attention, money, material things, power, with the Duchess title, which she uses every chance she gets. And what is Harry getting? I don't know. Is she even doing anything right? A person like her, once they get what they want, they really don't give, if she ever gave in the first place. Which is like Harry said, this is verbatim, Harry said, she'll let you do anything. I can't believe you would tell someone that about your wife. Ugh. Why, for that matter, was there nothing but passing reference to her husband when she celebrated her birthday? Because she doesn't give a shit. That's why he wasn't even in the photo. He probably took it. He's that Instagram boyfriend. I don't know if you know what an Instagram boyfriend is, but that's what Harry is. Watch. Instagram boyfriend. That's what Harry is. Or Instagram husband. Look, there it is, husband. Even worse. An Instagram husband is an unacknowledged photographer who composes social media posts for someone else, usually a romantic partner. And that's it right there. That's Harry. I mean, that's not him, but you know what I mean. That's what he does. This right here, it's 19 minutes and we're so close, and I'm going to curse so hard. This right here is little B-word behavior. Okay. And you can't say anything other than that. He's an Instagram husband. That's what he is. And that's what he chooses. How you doing, Caitlin? Thank you so much for coming in. Just imagine how relieved the royal family are that Harry and the drama are gone. That too, Deborah. That too. Very true. because when she came in, I remember seeing the stories. Everyone was happy. Oh, Harry's finally found a wife. He's finally found someone to be with. Well, it kind of seems more like, thank you, Meghan, for taking the idiot off our hands. You know, let's see if we can see some of those pictures. Harry, William, and Katherine. And you're going to see Harry is just such a third wheel. Like, what are you doing there, bro? Look at some of these photos. You know, what are you doing? Why are you there? What are you doing? Go and find your own thing, bro. You know, and what's even worse is I had a big brother, and you're not supposed to be like this as a little brother, dude. Get out of your brother's shadow, you loser. Oh my God. Oh, I can't. And you think about it. There was one, I don't know where that photo is, but I know that it exists, or it's like a video, as a matter of fact. There's a video where where William and Katherine are on a park bench, or not a park bench. It's like in a park, and it's one of those tables. And then it's William and Katherine on one side, and then Harry on the other side. And it's like, what are you doing there? What are you in the park for with them? Let them have their thing, Harry. So when Meghan came along, right? When Meghan came, everyone was like, thank you, fake black wife. Thank you for taking the idiot off of our hands. We appreciate you so much, Meghan. But then what she wanted was to become queen. They didn't give her that. So then she said that they were racist, because let's face it, Meghan and Harry are racist. Harry did find his own thing. The thing is Meghan. Well, I think she found him. But yes, I totally agree with what you're saying. I have to agree, respected colleagues. Pemberton, what's puzzling is that Meghan has remained silent, no signs of support. And it's going to remain that way. Because the headline that I used for this live, Meghan's realization Harry is bad for her brand, although we've literally seen it in real time that Meghan is bad for Harry's brand, and whenever Harry goes and does something alone, it works out better for him than when she's on his arm. Although you and I have seen that literally in real time, Meghan is so deluded and she's such a narcissist that she thinks that what's going on right now, oh, well, it's because of Harry. It's Harry's fault. I'm not going to support him in public. Like, that looks bad on me. Why would I do that? I'm not going to do that. Yeah, she loves, well, you know, I don't even know if that's true. You know, a person like her doesn't get married for love. They don't get married. They don't get into relationships for love. Maybe not even for lust either. They get into relationships for what you can give to them. Yeah, exactly, right? Meghan has destroyed Harry's brand. That's what it is. And for someone like her, you're going to see later in this report, that's what this woman says, that Meghan believes that Harry is bad for her brand. And you could totally see it. She's that type of person that she absolutely would. He continued, while the client is battling court cases, losing his beloved charity. Yeah, because of her, Meghan seems to be on a high with her As Ever brand. Okay. Yes, exactly. That one. Transactional. And Netflix show, my sad conclusion. Meghan now understands. There it is. I mean, although that idea is so far out there, okay, although you really think to yourself, really? Could this woman really believe that? Really? It's tough. But the thing is, who are we talking about? Like back with the Amber Heard trial, I don't know if you were here for that, but what I would say on my channel a lot is what we're talking about is so stupid and so crazy, but we're talking about Amber Heard. Remember, during the trial, all of those crazy ass stories were coming out about her. And that's what I would say. Look who we're talking about. And that same phrase, it goes for Meghan. It does. It goes for Meghan, because you can really see where when something like this, what it says on the screen, when something like that is said, Meghan Markle understands that Harry is bad for her brand. Oh my God. And that's why I said that at the beginning of this episode. If I was like sitting on the toilet and I was Harry, or I was sitting wherever and I read that, oh, because Harry has to know. He has to. And that kind of shows you the idea of the puppy or the blackmail. That he's so in love with her. Yes, he knows. Yes, everything, right? Yes, I get it. She's using me. She's ruined my life. She's ruined my reputation. She's ruined my charity. I mean, how many more things can we keep on going? But if he doesn't see that, I mean, what would be the reasons? And that's why you think, could you imagine reading that? And we know that Meghan is the one. Where did it say that? This one, Ginger. Meghan has destroyed Harry's brand. She has. She is the reason that everything about him is in the dumps. Now, let's go back to, I guess, well, you'd have to go back all the way to 2018. If you took her out of the equation, right? Depending on how far back that is, 2016. Well, some people have been saying that ever since 2012, but that was Meghan with the uncle. So if you were to take Meghan out of his life, what would his life look like right now? Probably, obviously, none of the stuff that's happened in the last 5 years. Maybe he would be like his uncle that would just exist on the side. I think that when you in the dumpsters, I think that when you look at who the guy is, he was eventually going to be doing something like this to get attention, to want attention, because he's not going to be king. I would say my conclusion is that Harry's life he probably still would have ruined it in one way or another, because that's just the type of dude he is. He would have ruined it and done something stupid for attention. But the thing is, that's up here. We're talking about Meghan, right? This is his life when he ruined it, but Meghan's got him like down here. That's what it is. So his life would be better if it wasn't for her. It really would. But her life wouldn't. If Meghan didn't have Harry, well, you're just some nobody that people wouldn't even have remembered from Suits. That's what it is. What is? Oh, your name's Juarez? No, what is? That's true. Sad conclusion. Meghan now understands Harry is bad for her brand. Okay, let's see the chat. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is that true? Is Harry bad for Meghan's brand? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me know what you think. I think Harry would have been very involved with his niece and nephews. I think he'd be involved with William and Catherine's lives like before. Yeah, probably, because he didn't have his own life. Probably. Like, we were just looking at the photos. Look at these photos sometimes. You're like, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? Why are you there? Go find your own thing. Like the king's brother has his own thing. It's not a good thing, but he has his own thing. At least he's not like on the king's coattails, But it's true. It is the truth. He's got his own thing. It's not very good. No, see, everybody, no. She's bad for her own brand. Exactly. Without him, yeah, Adrienne meant without him, yeah. Without him, she's a Z-list actress. I mean, what would she be doing? That's a serious question. What would Meghan Markle be doing today without the marriage to Harry? Probably yachts. A 40-year-old still being on yachts, or what do former actresses actually do? Get into politics? Ugh, probably. some type of daytime show like Drew Barrymore. Well, yeah, but Drew Barrymore's great, except on that show, she sucks. I don't know. See, that's the thing. I think it just I can't put that on the screen. Deborah, I can't put that on the screen, but yes, I totally agree. Yeah. Soho. Still be hunting for a wealthy guy. Even at 40? Damn. 44. Marry rich. Who though? I mean, that's why that's why this makes sense, because this is real. Although this is just a joke and we're making a mock-up of a book cover, this is real. She really did this. When you look at Meghan Markle's life from the point of view, POV, from the point of view of a yacht girl, when you look at it that way, she succeeded to the umpteenth degree. When you look at it from that angle, that's the truth. Because we know for a fact, when it comes to people like that, cashier at Walmart, when it comes to people like that, that's the goal in that business. All right. Allegedly. That's the goal, is to marry the rich man, be taken care of your entire life. That's the goal. So I can tell you right now, message to Meghan Markle talking directly to you. You need to go ahead and write this book, and that'll really get you on the New York Times bestseller list. I'll tell you that right meow. Am I saying meow? Oh, yeah, I'm saying meow. Oh, we got Kipper with the massive $20 super stickers. Thank you so much, Kipper, and thank you so much for being here. And don't forget, share the stream. Let everyone know what we're doing here. We got about 15 minutes left, and we are going to make it happen. We are having so much fun. She's 50. Oh, man. You know, with the age thing, hold on. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because that has something to do with looks. So we're not going to go there. Not to me. Harry was an easy target. It wasn't difficult. Exactly. Hell yeah. He was a very easy target. But that's the point. He was a target. Absolutely, Christy. I totally agree. Very easy, you know? And that's why you ask yourself, if he's not completely head over heels in love or stuck in love, because I forgot who said it in the chat. He could have been in love years ago, right? But back then, all of his brother, his father, all of his family, they said, don't get into that marriage. Don't rush into it. So he was in love back then, but now we're over here, and now he can't get out because he'll make all of his family right. And if there's anything that Harry cares about the most, it's proving them wrong, especially William. And William told him, don't get into this marriage so early. See? So there's a very good chance he's stuck because of his own pride. But hey, that's what you deserve. That's what you want. I could have landed him if I wanted to. Meghan thought she won the Powerball with Harry, but just a regular lottery prize. I don't even know about lottery. You know, in my opinion, on as far as Meghan and before the royal family, I think she believed that they were celebrities. That's what I think. She thought they were rich celebrities that got everything taken care for them with servants and servants and aides and stuff. And it was, give me this, give me that, me. And then that didn't happen. And not only that didn't happen. She found out that Harry didn't have that much money. It's true. That's a huge thing. When you're talking about someone like this, when you're talking about that right there, someone in this business, the number one goal for the man is that he's got deep pockets. And she probably thought Harry's pockets were so deep. She absolutely thought that his pockets were deep. And then now seeing, I mean, is he still making good money? We've done calculations before. If it's real, you know, that he's getting paid, which I do. I believe he's getting paid for these stupid speeches that he gives. I think so. So you really think about it. She's there for the cash. She's there to be taken care of. And he's stuck because he can't prove his family wrong. His family right, excuse me. That's what it is. She cosplays Diana. He's so weak. I know. The whole perfume, I got to say, if that one is true, holy hell. Wow. Because the claim was that Meghan Markle wears the same perfume that Diana used to wear. That was the claim. Wow. If that's true. I couldn't even believe. I mean, I could. Exactly. I couldn't even believe that someone would do that. But who are we talking about? Who is the someone? Meghan Markle. That's messed up. That is so messed up. She thought he was really rich. Yeah, she thought he was really rich. He's not. No, he's not. Meghan is bad for Harry's brand, but I'm sure she doesn't see it that way. Absolutely not. No way she doesn't. Right, Becky? She was a yacht girl, allegedly. And then imagine all the men she saw, including royals. Well, that's the big talk right now, of course, with Harry's uncle. That's the big talk. Somebody needs to look at what con artist Doria is doing. That woman is, I mean, I think she's like steering the ship in a sense. Because with women like Meghan, they really listen to mom. Oh, what does my mom think? What does my mom say? Oh, well, my mom doesn't like you, so I'm not going to date you. Or my mom doesn't like that, so I'm not going to do it. I mean, come on. Remember, it was Doria that was talking about all that racism stuff in the Netflix documentary. And then Meghan was fine with being a white girl before the royal family. But then once she got into the royal family, all of a sudden, all that race stuff started. I wonder where it came from, Doria. She played her cards all wrong. She should have stayed in the firm. Yeah. Well, that's outside the conspiracy. The conspiracy, of course, that they're still in it. But that's, conspiracy. The monarchy is rich. The king is rich. When he dies, William gets all the money. They don't wills automatically go to the next monarch. Yep, damn right. Harry lied about his money. Is Harry the type of dude to lie about what he has? Even being a prince? I never thought of that. That's actually pretty good. Harry told her that he was a billionaire, or he was going to be a billionaire, and he was going to get the duchy estate, and he was going to do this, and he was going to have that. Now that is a good theory, and that's probably a theory that Meghan could use after the divorce. Oh, well, he told me that he had all this money. He told me that he had this amazing stuff in this amazing house, and that he was living in Kensington Palace, and he was doing this in Buckingham Palace. And then she marries him, and then they get over there, and it's in Nottingham. And then she's like, what is this? I don't want this. I don't like this. You said you had a big old palace for me. Is Harry the type of guy to lie? That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Men tend to brag during dating, but you don't want to lie about what you have, because eventually that will be caught out, especially if you're dating someone and you plan to get married. I mean, you can lie about certain things, but damn, that would be really tough to lie about your money. Because that's the one thing that you'd be all about, your money. It takes care of you. Mine did, but it's fine. I think you've got that the wrong way around. Yeah, I know. We've been here for 38 minutes saying the same thing. But hello. He probably didn't plan to marry her until she was pregnant. And when it comes to that pregnancy thing, man, we've seen so much stuff. We truly have. We've seen things from she didn't tell him, and that's why he didn't know anything, and he was never around, and he never saw the moon bump. But the one for me is the fake baby doll. That's the one for me. Where's that at? Watch. Doll. This one right here. This is what gave it away for me. Because this point right here, how do you not know what that is? Like, at right here at this moment, there's no way that he could have not known that that was a doll. See? And when that point by itself is brought up, that means he was in on it all. That's what it means. So when you're talking, because the claim that I had heard was she kept it in secret. She kept the moon bump from him. They wouldn't even get changed in the same room. That kind of stuff. But to me, in my opinion, when it comes to this point right here, you will know if you're carrying a doll or if you're carrying a real child. And if he didn't know that, oh my gosh, he has to be stupid. That's the only thing. Because I can't get over that. I just can't do it. Because to have something right here, right? Look at the way he's carrying it. He has it right here, like what, like 8 or 10 inches away from his face, right there. So if he can't see that that's a doll, then he can see it's a doll and he's in on it. But I'm just saying from my point of view, POV. That's how I feel. I mean, that's obviously a baby. A real one. That's a real one. So who is the special needs child surfing? I didn't really see anything special needs. I didn't think so. He just looks antisocial. People were saying that. I didn't see that. He looks like a normal kid. He looks like Harry, as a matter of fact. Same alignment, same nose shape, same thin right here. He's got the thin face like Harry. But as far as special needs, I didn't see that. He's just antisocial. And hey, what do you expect when these people keep you in a fortress your entire life, basically? Although supposedly they go to school. Supposedly. Anyone else would be in the loony bin for what she did? You know, that's why you have to think about it. If she did it and he didn't know, that's one thing. But if she did it and he did know, you thought so? Well, when you're taught, because the claim was for, I guess for that, the claim was because he was rolling around on the floor. But in the entire video, all the other kids were rolling around on the floor. As a matter of fact, some of the other kids were doing a worm. So the point in the video that we saw where he was rolling around by himself was after all the other kids had done it as well. So he was just trying to do it. But again, the antisocial thing is what I saw. I don't know about, I definitely don't know. I don't even know if I can put that word on the screen. Penelope, I don't even know if I can put that word on the screen. I'm telling you, last time I got literally a video demonetized for one word, the P word, the oldest profession that Meghan used to work at, that word. Literally. Why? And why do I know that? Because I took the word out. I did a post-production. I took the word out and I uploaded it again and it was fine. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Not enough information to declare it. Yeah, I agree as well. But I'm saying from what I saw, because I saw all of the video. The clip that we saw when the face reveal happened, that clip, it was in pieces. Watch, let me go back to it. Here it is right here. This clip was in pieces. No, I definitely can't say that either. No, Christy, I don't even know if I can put that on the screen. See, this clip was in pieces. And in this clip, he's rolling around right here by himself. That's what he's doing. See? But before that, all these other kids, as you can see, look, they have sand on them too. All these other kids were doing like worms and they were rolling around. So he was doing the same thing, but he was doing it by himself like real antisocial. With the antisocial angle, I'll agree with that one. And that's because of Meghan and Harry. I think that they have these two children locked away in that house. They probably have tutors that come to see them. I don't think so either. I don't think so. They probably have tutors that come to see them. They probably have like the nannies and, the servants and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But that's the thing. Maybe Harry thinks that this is better. We've heard him say it in his stupid little speeches. He says it himself. Oh, well, I don't want them to be raised like me and this, and that. What the hell are you talking about, Harry? I guess he really believes that, like, what, the paparazzi is going to come after him with his kids, or I don't know. He's been conditioned wrong, not to trust anyone. Excuse me. How you doing, Frick? Thank you so much for coming in. Just a kid wanting to be around other kids. Yeah, they were fine. I saw other videos where, like, the other video that I saw was all of these kids were on the ground. He was on the ground too. They were all doing worms and they were all rolling and stuff like that. The only difference is the other kids got up and he stayed, very antisocial. And that's why it's just so sad. It truly is. They didn't trick or treat, no interaction at all. That's just sad. I think that's sad. It is. Some of the smartest kids have been homeschooled. That could be. That absolutely could be. It's sad how these kids don't know any of their extended family. Yeah. But again, that's not their fault. They're innocent, man. They're innocent. All children are innocent. It's only because of how they're being brought up. And when you think about it, the amount of therapy that they're going to need for something like this, astronomical. They're going to need some serious therapy. And even worse, what do you think is going to happen when they grow up and then they start reading about what their parents did to their family? Imagine what that's going to be. How you doing, Songbird? Thank you so much for coming in. Can't wait for the Mooney Dearest book. The Mommy Dearest, you mean? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Sure, homeschool kids can be smart, but they're locked away under dictatorship. Imagine your mom hiding your face in every family memory. That's tough. I think the only reason right now is because they're so young. In 3 years, the older one's going to be 9. The younger one is going to be 6. So how the hell is she going to hide them then? A literal 9-year-old kid, 10-year-old kid, right? The kids will turn on the parents. It's going to be sad. But why? Because Meghan and Harry don't see that type of thing. They're very short-sighted. They only care about what's happening right now. Oh, I don't want the press to see. I don't want any. No, I don't want. Dude, you're ruining them. You really are. It's actually really sad. All the pics are allowed on Meghan's phone only so she can sell them later, right? Oh, and by the way, yeah, exactly. Sell them later, right? Because if you saw, the mainstream media did not pick up on this. It's already been, 2 weeks? It's been 2 weeks. The mainstream media didn't even friggin' touch this. It was literally only us in Megxit. Oh, man. You know what? I think that she's one of those moms that she turns the kids against the family. No doubt in my mind. She probably is lying to them, telling them whatever she wants to tell them because they have no memory of anything. They weren't even alive when a lot of this stuff happened. Absolutely. Like, my mother was a single mother when I was growing up, right? My father had went away, did whatever. And my mom would say to me, she would say, no, your father is in another city. He's working, right? But there's moms that they'll be like, no, your father left us and he didn't want anything to do with you. And he didn't want you. He didn't want anything. And that's how Meghan is. No doubt that Meghan is telling the kids, well, your grandfather doesn't even want to see you. Your grandma Camilla, she wants nothing to do with you. Your Uncle William, he doesn't even like you. He didn't like me, so he's probably not going to like you. And your aunt Katherine, oh, she's so toxic. She thinks that you and your sister, that y'all don't even matter. Could you imagine? Holy crap. Oh, that is so sad. And you could totally see her doing it. And then even worse, she's not like telling them in a mean way. She's just explaining it as if it's what really happened. Horrible. Just horrible person. Narcissists think they can control everything and everyone. Exactly. Absolutely. To be honest, not trick-or-treating is not antisocial. I teach my kids always give, not go around begging for candy, but that's just me. It's not begging, it's tradition. I mean, that tradition is dead. I've lived recently in 2 neighborhoods, and the neighborhoods get no trick-or-treaters anymore. As a matter of fact, there's this thing, trunk or treat or something, where you're supposed to go to a parking lot, and then everybody puts all their candy in the trunk, and then you stand in the parking lot, and then the kids go from spot to spot, and they get candy. And it makes no sense, because the point of going trick-or-treating is you're going from house to house. You know, I mean, back in the day, man, you know, the 90s, the early 2000s, back then, it was open season for us. You know, trick-or-treating, that was a big deal. I don't think people care anymore, to be honest with you. Psychological warfare. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you think about it, right? With 2 children, if they understand what she's telling them, they have no way of knowing the truth because they don't read the press. They don't have any communication with the people over there in England. Like normally it's like, oh, hey, I'm on the phone with your aunt and your uncle. You want to talk to your cousin? Okay, here, you can talk to your cousin. Or something, right? No, man. Psychological warfare. Absolutely. Trunk and treat is how the Meghan and the Harry kids got in the first place. Yeah. There's too many weirdos out there. It's not safe anymore. Well, I think that right now it's all about community. There's also, I've seen little events on Halloween. I think it was like 2 Halloweens ago. I saw where there was a bunch of people in one neighborhood, and then it was a big neighborhood gathering, but it was a very big neighborhood. So it was a giant thing. Like everyone was trick-or-treating. But back in our day, Frig, I mean, we would go to the houses miles away on a bike. We would get on the bike and go all the way across town into the rich neighborhoods. And we wouldn't come back until like 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Shoot. And that's like 10, 11, 12 years old. For me, 1996, 1997. Those were just peak years, man. Peak years. We do it in Cleveland. Yeah. It's my birthday, the best ever Halloween. Oh, yeah. To stop people from knowing their neighbors. That could be true, too. That could absolutely be true. Is she blackmailing Harry? Then it must be big. It's got to be something. It absolutely does. It has to absolutely be something. Because none of it makes sense. But that's why, if it doesn't make sense, it could also be the fact that he's really, really in love. He is. Well, Harry was knocking on doors. Oh, he was knocking on doors looking for dope. That's what he was doing. Yeah. That's what he was doing. He was looking for dope. He probably went to the wrong house. That's what he was doing. Because he told his dealer, he was like, hey, am I at the right house? I'm at this house. Are you still here? And the dealer's like, dude, I haven't lived there in years. What are you doing? Oh, well, I just needed to get some stuff, man. I needed to get some stuff. I got to get it. I'm like, you're not here? And he's literally on the phone with the dealer while he's in front of the house and while he's ringing the doorbell. Because that's the way it goes when you're an addict like that. You just show up to where you remember. So that's what he did. Looking for dope. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. It's being said that Harry won't do Invictus without her. Free the vets. Hoodoo? Hoodoo. Does that mean the same thing? I've never heard of that. His plug moved. Yeah. Yeah. And the guy's on the phone. He's on the phone with them. He's on the phone with, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Hey, man, do you still live at 112 on Curry Road or whatever they have. I said Curry because that's England. Do you still live on 112? And no, man, I don't live there. I haven't lived there in like 2 years. Why? Well, I'm trying to come over, man. I'm trying to get some stuff. Do you have anything? Are you there? Where do you live now? Dude, I live like in Spain now. What the hell are you doing at my old apartment? That's what that is. No doubt. He was looking for candy. Yeah, absolutely. It's very unsafe for Harry in England, but he can walk around on his own. That's why it's all a lie. It absolutely is a lie. A royal biography said Harry only shakes security when he wants to do something he doesn't want them finding out about. He was looking for dope. No doubt in my mind. Allegedly. Okay, we're going to go ahead and end the stream there. Thank you so much for being here on this episode of POV Live in the morning. Don't forget, we do this every morning at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we will see you next time.